This is a head that turns mobs to stone. And this is a stake that lasts forever. And today, we're gonna look at some of the most overpowered items you can find in Minecraft. Starting with the Phantom Boots. If you've ever found yourself surrounded by lava or stranded on a floating island, well, these are for you. As when worn, they allow the user to walk literally anywhere without trouble, which works so much better than the Frostwalker boots we're all used to. When it comes to ranged combat, bows are most players' go-to. But if we had these, then no one would bother with them again. Because made from Skulk, these sonic boom blasters are incredible for both dishing damage and knocking back your attackers. Though they could only be crafted from rarely found materials, their power and ability to be customized with different attachments means you'll always have just what you need to defend yourself. Speaking of, powdered snow is a great way to defend your base. But why bother with all that bucketing, when with this snowstorm generator, you can summon an entire blizzard on command? Simply powered by redstone, the storms this block creates will freeze, slow, and damage everything inside. Including you! So make sure you bundle up in some leather armor to keep warm. If you're anything like me, a horse is one of the first things you try to get in a new world. But even these majestic creatures have their limits. That's not the case with the moped though. See, these bad boys can be equipped with multiple extra boosters to increase their speed up to 3 times as much. And if you ever forget where you parked it, just click the key and the bike will honk, letting you know exactly where it is for easy retrieval. Challenge time! Somewhere in this shot is a hidden player. Can you see them? No? Well, that's because they're using this disguise wand. See, utilizing this overpowered tool, players can change their appearance into literally any block in the game with a simple click, which can then be used to confuse mobs and players alike.
What the?
But it also just makes for a fun new way to play hide and seek.
Ha! Got you! Wait, this is just dirt.
Ender chests have long been a reliable way to keep our valuables safe. But since they break when mined, I don't often bring one on my adventures. But that's where the Ring of Ender comes in. With this equipped, whenever exploring Minecraft's various lands, you can just press a button to immediately pull up your Ender chest menu without the actual chest, giving you twice the inventory space and keeping your stuff safe from that darned lava. Now, this is a blaze, and this is a baby blaze. Named a Rodling, these new little troublemakers can actually be tamed with the help of this Rodling checker item, obtained by fighting a very scary mutant version of the same mob. And once obtained, it'll allow you to modify the Rodling's behaviors, as well as equip them with a helmet and shield. And with a couple of these cuties on your side, nothing will get between you and all that precious ancient debris. Oh, and mining just got a whole lot easier too, thanks to the tool belt. When worn, this baddie gives you a quick and easy way to access your tools via a convenient quick select menu. And though it starts with only 2 slots, it can be upgraded to hold up to 9 additional tools, meaning you can save your precious inventory space for more diamonds. And it'll actually display the belt on your player model, so you can show off how cool you are. Ow! Which is good, because that means I stand a fighting chance against the horrific Gorgon, a mob that can literally turn you to stone with its stare. Why would I even subject myself to such danger? Well, because when killed, it has a chance to drop its head as an item, which can then be used to harness its petrifying powers for yourself. And it doesn't matter the mob. Whether a passive pig or a creeping creeper, they'll be left as nothing more than a statue. Now, one of the weirder items on this list, though, has got to be this Totem of Uncleansing. Like a Totem of Undying, it too is dropped by evokers and will activate when you die. Unlike that totem, however, this one will transform you into a strange ink-like creature that spreads this black goop everywhere it goes. And this stuff can actually be dived under to quickly move throughout solid ground or water. Oh, and you can jump out of the ink super high! Ha-ha! A horrifying ink monster! Wait. It's just me, Dr. Bonks. Ah! A man with badly dyed green hair! Well, that was just hurtful. Oh, hey, a trading post. Oftentimes, I find the villagers I want to trade with seem to be avoiding me. All while the town nitwit just keeps getting in my face.
Look at my cool stick!
Though this new trading block fixes that. Taking note of every villager in the area, it groups up all their trades into one convenient menu for you to peruse, which works amazingly in any village or large trading hall and can save you a lot of headache. Sand is coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere. Though it only gets worse when using this new sand cannon. Though you'd first have to fight a new mutant husk to obtain it, once got, this bad boy can be used to fire off massive balls of the stuff that create trails of quicksand in their wake to slow down any mob caught in it. It's incredibly devastating. If not from the damage, then definitely from the cleanup. In Minecraft, if you don't have an elytra, you're at a serious disadvantage, which is made even worse when the other players get to them first.
Oh, I just love having an elytra!
Yeah, imagine not having one.
Well, I don't need one, because I have something better. This propeller hat! With it, I can fly around without fireworks, as these things just need to be recharged with a little coal. And they never break, so you don't have to worry about a sudden deadly landing. Haha, these skies belong to bonks! Just as the oceans belong to anyone wielding this new mega sponge item. Though normal sponges can be helpful when building underwater, having to constantly dry them out makes the whole process a tedious bore. However, with the mega sponge in your inventory, the oceans will learn to fear you. It constantly activates in a radius, sucking up the water without ever needing to be emptied. It's so powerful that if you're not careful, you might just empty the entire ocean without realizing it. Oops. Now, when you meet an untimely death, however, make sure you have one of these new twisted potions nearby. See, instead of having to remember where you died and then run over there, only for your precious items to despawn, you can simply drink this rare elixir to immediately teleport back to your death point, which saves a lot of trouble. The only problem is you lose a lot of health in the process, so you can easily die again if you're not prepared. Collecting enough food to survive in Minecraft can quickly become a chore. Even more so when you've already taken all the villagers' crops.
Hey, where are my potatoes?
Though, with the artifacts mod, when killing a cow, it has a 1 in 500 chance to drop the everlasting beef. As the name suggests, it can be eaten an infinite number of times, with only a 15-second cooldown between bites, which only gets better when you cook it into the eternal steak. You just don't ever try to pair it with this new sack of sating item. See, if you have one of these, you'd actually never need to eat again, as when crafted from materials found inside of new candy caves, it can be fed food items inside of your inventory. Then, once filled, it'll passively feed you whenever you're hungry, meaning you can spend less time doing this and more time doing this. Just be careful, because if fed other overpowered items like the eternal beef, the bag will not take it very well. Now, in Minecraft, shulkers are annoying. I don't think anyone would debate that. Yet, if they had the chance to drop one of these, well, I'd be hunting them left and right. Because with a shulker shield in hand, not only can you attack and block as normal, but you can also unleash a shulker projectile of your own that'll force your enemies sky high. And I can't think of a better way to keep yourself safe. If you had to pick just one tool to bring with you, would it be a pickaxe, a sword, a hoe? Well, why not all of them? Say hello to the multi-tool. By combining every tool in the crafting table, you too could have your very own one-stop shop for breaking all blocks. Then you can say goodbye to tediously switching tools and hello to all that extra inventory space. The best part is, with all the extra blades, this tool actually does more damage than the sword would on their own. And it's compatible with every tool and weapon enchantment. So it does not get better than this. Well, until it breaks. But, incredibly, there's even an item for that, the mending mixture. While it's very rare and hard to find, these overpowered potions have the ability to fully repair any piece of gear when simply combined with that item in a crafting table. Kinda like the mending enchantment, but without the cost of your precious XP. A question, what is the smallest block in Minecraft? A button? String? Well, it's actually this. How did we get a block just 1 pixel big? Well, it's all thanks to the chisel item. Simple to craft, these can be used to carve out special designs on blocks, or place the smaller chisel bits around separately as if they were blocks of their own. Though, if paired with the Pecui mod, you could also shrink yourself down and use the tool as a means to create an entire base inside of a block. Living life on the small side. Outside of getting discounts on trades and maybe a totem of undying if you're lucky, I never feel motivated to summon raids, which I guess is a good thing for the villagers.
Haha, yay!
However, if this new Illager engineer was added to the game, I'd be drinking down bad omen potions like it's nothing.
Oh my goodness! Ah!
See, these guys are great at building gadgets, like this little station that heals them, or that turret that just spams so many arrows. And if you manage to kill one of them, you could collect their mallet and use it to summon those same gadgets to help you instead. This is especially handy if you want to kill these new straddler mobs in order to craft the straddle board. I've always found traveling the nether is an absolute pain. I mean, you can only burn alive so many times before you just give up and smash your portal to bits. This item, though, it actually makes exploring the nether fun by letting you surf across the dimension's massive lava lakes with ease. And if enchanted with the straddle jump enchantment, you can even pull off sick leaps to reach otherwise hard to travel areas. Just don't use it in water, because you won't get very far. Speaking of water, though, what if you could control the very weather itself? Rainy day got you down? Just use the rain stick. House entirely engulfed in flames? Use the rain stick. It's as simple as a right click. And though you'd first have to find it inside of rare buried chests, I'd say it's worth it for the ability to limitlessly control the weather, especially if you're trying to farm charged creepers. In Minecraft, we can mount horses, pigs, camels, and striders. Yet, there are over 80 mobs we can't ride. Well, I should say, couldn't ride. Say hello to the stirrups. With this item, you can mount anything, even a warden. However, they don't provide you with any control like a saddle would, which is where the inverted stirrups come in. With this, any mob you click will instead be forced to ride you, which can both make for a great way to transport horses across rivers, or as a way to move villagers to our big trading halls. Now, what have we got?
I have this cool new leaf blower in stock.
Whoa, that looks cool. Let me see.
That would be 1 million emeralds.
I will give you 2.
Deal!
Perfect. A unique tool, this leaf blower can be used to shoot out clouds of mob poisoning gas, or it can be swapped to its blower mode that can near instantly clear foliage like plants, leaves, or vines, making for a great way to both defend yourself from hostiles and defend your home from creeping vines. Haha! Take that, Mother Nature! Now, in Minecraft, some enchantments like Mending and Frostwalker can't be obtained through the enchanting table. And since finding the proper chest or villager can be a pain, we should instead turn to the Enchanter's Pearl. By simply having it in your inventory, you'll find that you can now acquire these treasure enchantments through the normal table. And as if that wasn't cool enough, the levels of every enchantment will be consistently higher, and the enchanting table will no longer require lapis lazuli. That way, we can save it all for blue dye. Won't do you any good on this Ethereum armor, though. And now, this stuff? This is insanely overpowered. Once crafted, you'll notice it's not only stronger than diamond, but it's also completely invisible when worn. And I haven't even mentioned its secret ability. See, whenever you find yourself below 40% health, the armor will generate a shield around you. What doesn't this bad boy do? Not only will it halve the amount of damage you take, but it will also completely prevent projectiles from hitting you, prevent negative status effects like poison from affecting you, and it'll knock back anything that tries to hit you. So when it comes to armor, I don't think there's anything that could beat these. Though these handcuffs could probably do the trick, because part of being overpowered is making sure everyone else is powerless. And boy, do these items do just that. Using these, you can restrict restrict the movement of any troublesome player, while also keeping them from mining, using their items, or even just entering their inventories. Complete with unbreakable cell doors and reinforced blocks, you can build a prison strong enough to hold even the most criminally insane convict. This here is the Anchor Blade, though don't let the name fool you. Because yes, while it does work wonderfully as a weapon, allowing you to either hit mobs up close or toss it from a distance, it also works amazingly as a pickaxe, mining with netherite level efficiency. But that's just on land. If you used it under the water, it would actually mine 2 times faster than any other pickaxe. And to make matters better, if enchanted with the new reeling enchantment, you can instead use this tool to pull yourself or other entities, like a grapple hook, which makes for a pretty fun new way to travel. For you, not so much the mobs. Not so fast, bucko! And after you've conquered the overworld using all the overpowered items, why not celebrate with one of these? Far better than the armor stands we're used to, these straw statues can be customized with any skin and equipment. Then they can be posed however you want, making for a more personal way to tell the tales of your legendary feats. All right, pillage the village! Oh, and it's pretty good at crushing the spirits of your enemies. What the?
Ah, man. Never mind, guys. They've got a cool statue.
If you've ever been to a bastion, then you know how terrifying it is to run into a piglin brute. I mean, those guys just aren't cool. With this special item, however, our fear of pigs is a thing of the past. See, when held, it prevents all piglins from spawning near you, making those late-night nether raids a breeze. It even works to stop endermen and weirdly iron golems from spawning. So I guess don't bring it with you on your next village visit.
Hey, where did our golem go? Oh!
No matter where you go in Minecraft, you'll eventually run into dark pits, lava rivers, or the end's void. Though instead of wasting resources to bridge the gap, just use this new enchantment. It allows you to double jump in the air, which is incredibly helpful and only gets better the higher in level the enchantment is, letting you jump up to 3 times without touching the ground. Boing, boing, haha! With legs like these, who needs an elytra? Oh no! Ah! No! Now, have you ever wished you could swing a weapon and summon an army of ghost axes to fight for you? Well then, this item is your dream come true. Found deep inside of frozen prisons and guarded by hordes of undead mobs, one right click with this in your hand will summon your ghostly backup, shredding anything in its wake. And if you're feeling outnumbered, you can instead crouch and right click to unleash a massive shockwave that'll leave anything nearby in pieces. Of course, you'd need to survive that icy fortress to get it in the first place, but once you do, you'll feel like a cold-blooded reaper of the undead. If you can keep your footing on all that slippery ice. Have you ever found yourself hopelessly lost, with an inventory full of loot, just wishing that you could be home? Oh well, then it's a good thing we have this potion of recall. Chugging it down, you'll zip right back to the respawn point of your current dimension, whether it's your cozy overworld bed or a nether-bound respawn anchor. No more trudging through lava seas or dealing with skeletons just to get home. It's like carrying a bed on your back, minus the heavy lifting. Now, if only it worked on our horses. Hey, I guess you can't have everything, right? If you're looking for the fastest way to travel in Minecraft, then I think this slime sling might just be the best bet. Simply aim it at a block, fire, and watch yourself rocket in the opposite direction. It's the perfect way to bounce around, especially if you suit up in this mod's slime armor. With that, you basically just won't stop bouncing, even right into the nearest lava pool! Ah! And sure, you could stick to normal travel methods, but where's the fun in that? Minecraft's deserts can be a bit too peaceful and boring. So let's fix that with the desert horn. Blow into it and you'll whip up a short sandstorm that leaves quicksand in its wake, slowing mobs to a crawl. It's basically nature's own crowd control. Perfect for picking off your targets one by one. Just keep your distance or you might find yourself sinking in your own trap. Then again, that's a small price to pay for desert chaos. But now, tired of waiting ages for your crops to grow? We'll just plop a sprinkler down and let it work its bone-mealing magic. No water required. Multiple tiers mean faster growth, so you can power level your farm into a full-on harvest factory. And if you're feeling fancy, you could hook it up to redstone to turn it off and on as needed. It's basically a plant lover's dream come true, without all the tedious tilling and seeding. Now, you might not see it, but there's more mischief to this empty box than meets the eye. Once used on another player, it grants you a peek and potential plunder of their entire inventory. Then again, it's just as handy for slipping them an unexpected gift, like a stack of rotten flesh. The real trick is just deciding whether you want to be a generous donor or a mischievous thief. I guess just be ready to explain yourself when all those diamonds go missing. I bet you think the Ender Dragon is the most dangerous thing in the end, huh? Well, think again, because this mutant shulker is even more dangerous. Though if you do manage to defeat one, you could snag the rare shulker trap or turret, and these are great. If you place a trap, it'll snap onto mobs like a vicious bear trap. Meanwhile, the turret bombards anything in sight with levitating projectiles. Best part is, you can dye both of them to match your snazzy decor. So, if you're brave enough to tussle with one of these behemoths, get ready for a fight that's both brutal and oh so rewarding. Mob grinders might be efficient now, yet there's always room for improvement. So meet the vector plates. These act like conveyor belts for mobs. You place them down and watch creepers, zombies, or any unwitting foe glide effortlessly in the direction you choose. And they come in 4 different speeds, with the fastest hurling mobs so quickly that it's practically teleportation. Even better, mobs can spawn on top of them, which makes them ideal for mob grinders. It'll even move their loot too. Now, here's a new way to bring chaos to your world: the Wither Bomb. Once placed, it'll trigger an explosion of noxious withering gas whenever a mob wanders too close. And anything caught inside it will suffer long-lasting poison that'll kill them off eventually. It's perfect for a sinister trap or emergency defense, as the mobs simply cannot escape the cloud's clutches. However, you gotta watch your own step, because accidentally triggering this bomb can ruin your day just as fast. Still, with all the items we've covered, none are as overpowered as this, the One Box. This item possesses the insane ability to instantly fill any chest, even empty ones, with loot from any structure, places like bastions or ancient cities. And it never breaks or disappears, letting you spawn diamonds, enchanted gear, or netherite scrap on command. And if that sounds too easy, I mean, you could just keep it in creative mode. Though, the temptation to click just one more time is hard to resist. Oh, what the heck? Let's see what we got. Oh, it's another video. Let's click it and see where it leads.